But the people are here of all ages are enjoying themselves. Jeff Shear along with former Auburn gymnast Toy Garcia. And these gymnasts are delighted to be able to compete. Speaking with both coaches, Jenny Rowland at Florida and Jeff Graba at the Auburn Tigers, each one of them wanted to express their gratitude to the Southeastern Conference, to their respective administrations at Florida and Auburn, and to their student athletes and their medical teams for everything that they have endured to be able to compete tonight and do what they love. And we'll be starting tonight with the Auburn Tigers on the vault and the Florida Gators on bars. And Toy, the first thing that jumps out at you is the different layout here at Auburn Arena. Normally, there would be students in the gymnasties, which are a popular part of this, and the bleachers are pushed back. And so this is the layout that will be used in the regionals next year.
First up on home for your Auburn Tigers, let's hear it for Olivia Hollingsworth.
And making her Auburn Gymnastics debut, the freshman Olivia Hollingsworth.
Round up back handspring onto the table, full off. Nice vault there. She takes a little bit of a hop back, so that'll be a couple 10 deduction. We'll take another look here. So round off back handspring, Yurchenko. She gets right onto the table, a nice distance, nice amplitude off.
First up on bars.
And over to the bars for the Florida Gators is Megan Skaggs. The Gators, the #1 ranked team in the country.
Starts with a mount onto the high bar. Nice locked out handstand there. And to her major release, that's called a Tkachev, into an immediate pack salto. Another good solid handstand right on top of the bar. She gears up for her dismount. Double layout. A little bit of a foot separation there. She does take that large step back. That'll be a few tenths deduction there, but nice start for the Gators.
And back over to Auburn. Piper Smith, second in the lineup on the vault. She's a sophomore. Of the 24 gymnasts in the lineup tonight for Auburn, 13, more than half, will be competed by sophomores. Here's Piper.
Yurchenko full there again, small hop back. But so far I'm seeing a lot of good height, a lot of good amplitude from the table from Auburn. And I just want to remind our viewers that a Yurchenko full is no longer a 10-0 start value. It's a 9.95, excuse me. Let's take another look here. Nice entry onto the table, nice position and technique all throughout.
And the score for Olivia Hollingsworth on the vault is 9.75 to start it off for Auburn. Number 2 in that bars lineup for Florida is Gabrielle Galentine. Toy, do you remember your first meet of the season and the butterflies that come with that?
Oh yeah, absolutely, and they never go away, even from freshman to senior year. But they're good butterflies.
Once you get that first event under your belt, does it go away?
No.
So no matter how many events you're on?
It definitely depends on the athlete.
Sure.
For me, I was majority of the time a 2-event athlete,
right.
So I had it for both events. Definitely had the butterflies for both events. Having a little trouble here on low bar. As we could tell with the multiple handstands she did, I know she's got to be tired because this is not how her routine is supposed to go. Gearing up for the dismount here, double layout. A little bit of a soggy, soft landing there. You could see her knees gave out just a little bit of an under rotation there, but.
And back to Auburn. And that is Adeline Sabados, another one of these sophomores. in the lineup for Auburn tonight.
Next up for your Auburn Tigers, let's hear it for Adeline Sabado.
Yurchenko full. You can see those gymnasts are really trying to get those sticks, but haven't been able to do them just yet.
And Adeline returns to the starting point there and where her teammates are in true Auburn fashion with the War Eagle. Let's take another look, Toy. What do you see?
A little bit back on the table there, her entry. A little bit of a pike down position as she comes down. She's really trying to get that stick. There was a minor hop to the side, so again, another 10th or two.
Next up on bar,
She's trying to follow the score of 9-8 earned by Piper Smith. Here is Ellie Lazari.
Takes a deep breath. She gets ready to mount the equipment.
Ellie, a freshman, and this is her first routine for the Florida Gators as a college gymnast.
And so far, so good. Really excellent handstands. Not only finishing on top of the bar, but she's showing a lot of control, being able to hold them on top of the bar. So far, really clean routine. No major form breaks here. Full in dismount, lands with her chest down, a little bit under rotated, but nicely done.
Adeline Sabado's a 9.85 on that previous routine for Auburn. So the Tigers' scores have increased each gymnast, and hoping to continue that trend is Cassie Stevens, yet another sophomore. So Auburn begins freshman, sophomore, sophomore here on vault.
Stevens.
Yurchenko full, and if we look back, you'll see she came a little bit high onto the table, which didn't allow her to get the pop that she needed off the table. Let's take another look. A little bit high onto that table, didn't get her hands back fast enough.
And number 4 in the lineup
Next on bar,
for the Florida Gators rather is Savannah Shane here. Savannah from nearby Columbus, Georgia, maybe 40, 45 miles down the road from here at Auburn, so quite likely that she has some friends and family in attendance tonight. Galentine scored a 9.35 for Florida, Skaggs a 9.75.
You can see she's trying to ease those nerves a little bit, and that is the worst part before an event, when you have to wait for the judges and you're ready to go and you have that little bit of a wait time. Kind of, it throws you off a little bit, but you really just have to keep your head in the game.
Cassie Stevens scored a 9.8 for Auburn. And here's Savannah.
Starts her routine with a mount in between the bars. Major release. Down to the low bar with an overshoot. Back up to the high bar. Nice handstand right on top of the bar. Double front with a half out. Very difficult dismount. She handles it easily. Again, not getting those sticks we want, but it is the first meet of the season.
And you take a look at Drew Watson,
Next up for your Auburn
the seasoned
Tigers,
senior,
make some noise for Drew
an All-American for the Auburn Tigers.
We should be seeing a Yurchenko 1.5 from Drew. She's a very powerful gymnast on this event. There it is. Lands a little bit short, under rotates that. Now that is a blind landing. She has that one extra half on. So that vault will start with the 10-0. But a little bit of difficulty there on her landing. Let's take another look here. Good entry onto the table. Just twists a little bit too early, which is why she under rotated and stepped a little bit to the side. A couple tense deduction there, but good vault nonetheless.
For Drew Watson. And here is a star in collegiate gymnastics, Trinity Thomas.
She was the SEC Gymnast of the Year last year. She is just an outstanding athlete.
Her coach says she is a really spectacular all-arounder. Can't say that she has a weak event.
So far, this routine is impeccable. I don't see any major form breaks, any major deductions. Last thing here is the dismount, a double layout. Doesn't get that stick, takes a step forward. That's another under-rotated dismount, but excellent routine. Let's take another look here at her dismount. Only real error here in this routine. Really nice technique, nice body shape, but does take that step forward.
Trinity Thomas, she will be fun to watch throughout the evening and throughout the season. She is special, no doubt about it. And speaking of special, Darian Goburn, national champion in this event as a freshman 2 years ago.
Should be another Yurchenko 1.5. A little bit close to the table. Didn't get enough distance there, in my opinion. Does take that small hop backwards, but huge vault. Let's take another look here. Doesn't get quite enough distance from the table, but nicely done. Nice finish.
Next up on bars for Florida, Leah Clapper.
In the anchor spot here for the Gators, Leah Clapper. Drew Watson scored a 9.775 for Auburn.
Anchor position here, so we should see a huge routine from this gymnast. Nice Jaeger major release down to the low bar with an overshoot. Shows good control on that handstand there. Good handstand right on top of the bar. Last thing here, this dismount, giant full into a double tuck, and there is that stick. Excellent job.
For Leah Clapper. We'll take another look at her dismount.
There's that stick we have been waiting for all night. Nice giant full into her double tuck dismount. Nice connection and nice landing.
Updating the previous gymnast scores, Drew Watson scored a 9.775, and Trinity Thomas got a 9.875. As we watch some exhibition gymnasts, both teams will be using exhibitions tonight, and while you watch those, we will return with our second event in just a minute.
Our last gymnast on bars for Florida tonight in an exhibition, Chloe Clark.
show up, don't come out, don't start caring about me now. Walk away, you know how. Don't start caring about me now. Aren't you the guy who tried to hurt me with the word goodbye? Though it took some time to survive you, I'm better on the other side. I'm all good already, so moved on, it's scary. I'm not where you left
And last up for Auburn in an exhibition on vault, Aria Fresh.
dancing with somebody. If you wanna believe that anything could stop me, don't show up, don't come out, don't start caring about me now. Walk away, you know how. Don't start caring.
Do you get to play in the phone blocks? No one likes the phone bit.
If I can do it backflip, I would like to think so. It's like a full job. But yeah, if I can do it backflip, do I do the rings? They're like, do you do the rings? I'm like, not that one, but you know, you have the right sport. But that's actually a pretty common question. Do you do the rings? I'm not sure how to do that, but I would love to do that. So watch out for me on the rings. That's me.
Can you do all the cool flips? Yeah, I think so. One question I really get is like, do you like your coaches? Because a lot of people that like do sports don't always like their coaches. And I can confidently say that I really like my coaches. So y'all do that.
Usually just get, can you do backflip like right here, like right now? Like, yeah, I guess so. Can you do the splits? Not my little splits, no.
They always ask me, well, if I say I'm a college gymnast, they always ask me what events I do. They always ask me if the leotards are cutting off my circulation. Which is always a funny question. And then they always ask me if our routines are the same, like routines. Because they think that they change from week to week when we compete in the arena. And I'm always like, they're the exact same. And they're just shocked by that.
People always ask me if I can do the splits or if I can do a flip, and then they always ask me to show them. I can.
To our second rotation, and the number 14 Auburn Tigers in the lead after that first rotation. Auburn scoring a 49-1 on vault to Florida's 49-050 on bars.
Richard.
And to start it off here for the Gators on vault, it's Peyton Richards.
Saw a lot of solid performances in that first rotation, but not a lot of solid landings. So that's what I'm really looking to see here on event number 2.
And here's Peyton.
Yurchenko full, very nice position, and there's that landing that I was just referring to, stuck landing.
And that's Peyton's first event of the night.
Here's another look. She's got good entry onto the table. Nice body shape, sees the ground, and just eases right into that landing.
Let's hear it for Anna Sumner.
And here is Anna Sumner making her season debut. She's a sophomore for Auburn on the bars.
Major release there. A reverse hecht, or also known as a Tkachev. Another major release, Pat Salto down to the low bar. A little bit short on that last pirouette. She didn't quite hit that handstand there. Nice handstand right on top of the bar. Aggressive Giants into her dismount, double layout. So close to getting that stuck landing, but does take a small step back, but good start for the Tigers.
For Anna Sumner.
Double layout dismount, a little bit of a leg separation there, but nicely done.
And here's Ellie Lazari, the freshman for the Florida Gators.
Excuse me, next up on ball for Florida, Ellie Lazari.
And Ellie is in 3 events. And her coach, Jenny Rowland, said she is raring to go.
Wow. Really powerful Yurchenko full. Effortlessly done. A lot of amplitude, a lot of distance. She is dynamic on this event. Chest up on the landing. Take another look here. Just opens up, sees that ground, and sticks that landing.
And a great start for Florida after their leadoff gymnast, Peyton Richards, scored a 9.875 to tie Darion Goburn. Not bad out of your leadoff spot, huh? Here is Piper Smith. So Auburn goes sophomore, 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 sophomore. Sumner, Smith, Sabados, and Stevens, all beginning with S to start it off here on bars.
17 out of Auburn's 24 routines that they'll compete tonight are lower classmen, sophomore and freshman. And that was an error there. Looks like she just lost a little bit of momentum. It looks like she got the wind knocked out of her a little bit. Very disappointed.
Piper was terrific, you'll recall, on vault, starting off with a 9.8, but an issue here on bars.
So she has 30 seconds to regroup and get back onto the event. And it's really important that she stays mentally in the game. This routine could count toward the 5 routines that Auburn counts on this event. Even if there's an error halfway through the routine, you have to finish strong. It's hard to do, but this is what these athletes train for. And so she's talking to herself, getting herself ready to get back on.
And getting some encouragement there from her teammates. Talking with her coach there. Toy, what do you think when a gymnast composes themselves like that after that?
She's looking very discouraged right now. I'm wondering if something is off on her grips or the bar. It was a very abrupt ending to that routine. So it looks like she might start the routine completely over. Nice chaposh into a pack salto connection there, major release. So far so good, not having any problems here. Last thing here is the dismount. Just looking for a nice landing, double layout. A little bit of a squatty landing under rotation, but nicely done. She got another chance and she finished strongly.
And a great job there of bouncing back by Piper. And Florida is off to an outstanding start on vault. Ellie Lazari, the freshman, a 9.9 after Peyton Richards scored a 9.875, and hoping to keep the momentum going is Megan Skaggs. And a Sumner, by the way, a 9.75 for Auburn to lead off bars.
Expected to see another really dynamic vault here from the Gators. Beautiful Yurchenko full. So far these Gators are really, their body positions are fabulous. The open hips into that landing, I cannot explain to our viewers how difficult that is. And they're handling it with ease. They
are clearly 3 for 3. And you still have Trinity Thomas here to throw later in the lineup.
Take another look here. Focus on her body positions. Those hips are just all the way open and no problem with that landing there. Very impressive.
And a great reception from her teammates. A lot of elbow bumps in the era of COVID, not the hugs that we would see before. And here is Adeline Sabados.
Nice toe to reverse heck there. A lot of height, well above the bar. A little bit short on that overshoot. Missed that handstand. Nice handstand there. Only thing left here is the dismount. Double layout. A little bit of a leg separation. It actually looked like she landed a little bit lock-kneed. Was looking for that stuck landing and landed a little bit lock-kneed, which made her jump back a little bit. That'll be a couple tenths deduction. Let's look at this major release here. It's a toe to reverse hecht, also known as a Hindorf. And we'll take another look at her dismount. You'll notice a little bit of a form break here. Leg separation there, but job well done.
Adeline competing in 3 events tonight for the Tigers, everything except beam. And here's Savannah Shane here.
Nice Yurchenko, 1.5. First one that we've seen from the Gators tonight. Does land a little bit lock-kneed. Again, trying to get that stuck landing, I can tell. So that she did take that step back, that hop back. See here, round-up back handspring. Good entry onto the table, nice height, good distance, but you can see she landed a little bit lock-kneed there, trying to get that stuck landing.
Next up on bars.
Here's Cassie Stevens for Auburn on bars.
Cassie Stevens.
Following up on a very impressive freshman season a year ago.
Another Hindorf major release, a lot of height, good distance from the bar. Moving up to the high bar, getting ready for this dismount here. Accelerated giants, double layout. A little bit of a foot shuffle there, maybe half a tenth, a quarter of a tenth deduction. Take another look at her dismount here. A little bit of a leg separation, and she eases right into that landing. Does have a little bit of a foot shuffle.
Here's Nia Reed for Florida. Florida has been outstanding on this event so far tonight. Two 9.9s for their first 3 gymnasts.
Yurchenko, 1.5. Decent landing. It did look like she started twisting onto the table. Didn't complete that block and that layout that the judges are looking for. Let's take another look here. You can see she starts twisting just a little bit immediately off the table instead of getting that nice block and good layout position first, but does ease nicely into that landing.
Megan Skaggs and Ellie Lazari both scored 9.9s on this event. Savannah Shane here and Peyton Richards both had 9.875s, and we go back over to the Auburn Tigers.
Nice combo there. That was a chaposh into an overshoot.
Area brush.
Double layout dismount. Nice technique. Does take that step though on that landing.
And the pressure is on each of the gymnasts after a fall by the second gymnast in the lineup. And here is Trinity Thomas trying to close out what's been an outstanding event for Florida tonight.
Really excited to see her on this event tonight. One of the best vaulters I've seen in collegiate gymnastics. Yurchenko, 1.5. I mean, was that perfect?
I don't know how it could be improved on, Toy. I'll leave that to you, but you can tell her teammates are elated.
Is she gonna get a 10? The first meet of the season? Let's look at this. Form, impeccable. Height, great. Distance, amazing. Literally sticks it with no problem, no foot shuffle. Chest is straight up. Huge.
Wow, that's all you could say after that.
Wow, a huge ball.
And Darian Goburn hoping to equal what we just saw. The anchor gymnast on bars for Auburn. And Trinity's score will need to be at least a 9-9 to be counted, and I'm pretty sure she'll have no trouble doing that.
Huge reverse hack from Darian right into a pack salto. Very nice connection there. Looking for a stuck landing here. And she does it.
Darian says, I'll see your routine, and if not raise it, at least call.
Awesome job. Take another look at her major release. It's a Tkachev into immediate pack salto. 2 major releases there, so really good combination. And we'll look at this stuck dismount, nails it. And she knows it.
A 9.975 for Trinity Thomas. So Toy, not the 10, but Florida, how about that vault score of 49.5? We're still awaiting, while we see some exhibitions, still awaiting for Darian's score there. But we are seeing, Toy, 2 of the best collegiate gymnasts tonight, back-to-back there in Trinity Thomas and Darian Goburn. And we will await Darian's score. We'll come back for the second half of our meet tonight here on the SEC Network.
Exhibition on bars, Gabby McLaughlin. Last up for Florida in an exhibition on ball, Alyssa Bauman. Last up tonight for Auburn in an exhibition on bars. Let's hear it for Meredith Sylvia. hear it again for Meredith Sylvia. Coaches, your 4-minute touch period begins right now.
Run in there. I'm going to teach you how to do a real close sleeve. She's running there. Here's your brain. Oh, yeah. She got this. Fantastic gymnastics. For presenting tonight's meet and for their continued support of Auburn Gymnastics. Auburn students can save up to $25 a month on unlimited plans with the Verizon Student Discount. Terms and conditions apply.
And we welcome you back to Auburn Arena. Halfway home, and the Florida Gators, on the strength of a stellar vault, have taken the lead. They now lead 98.6 to 98.1. And Toy, in our last two events, we saw the event winners for vault and for bars, Trinity Thomas with that stunning 9975, and then Darian Goburn a 99 on bars. So those are the event champs from our first two events tonight. And we're getting ready for our third rotation. That will be Auburn on the beam and Florida on the floor.
All right, fans, let's get started with tonight's third rotation. First up on beam, for your Auburn Tigers, let's hear it for Drew Watson.
The senior from Texas, Drew Watson, to start it off on the beam for Auburn tonight. One of the leaders of this Auburn team.
A lot of the time, beam is known as one of the most difficult events for these gymnasts. Requires a lot of poise and patience. Nice double acro series there. Back handspring layout, step out. A little bit of a balance check there on that side aerial. Cat leap into a side aerial. Her leap series here. It's a switch leg leap into split quarter. Last thing here is her dismount. Round off 1.5. Looks like she twisted a little bit early, which is why she was off to the side. A little bit, takes that minor hop. But a good solid performance from the lead off on beam. Take another look at this dismount. A little bit of an early twist, ever so slightly. Does take that small hop to the side.
First beam routine of the year for Drew Watson. And here is Leah Clapper for the Gators on the floor. Florida, of course, ranked #1. Coach Jenny Rowland says, yes, we appreciate that rating, but we don't really take it to heart. It's not something they focus on.
Rowland also mentioned that expectations are high, but not unreasonable for these gymnasts in and out of the gym. Opening pass here, double tuck. Looks like she stepped out of bounds. You saw the judge raise her hand. That'll be a couple tenths off deduction. Floor was always a really exciting event for me. I loved getting into it.
Of course, that's easier when the gym is full, which will not be the case in 2021. And that makes the role of your teammates that much more important, doesn't it, Toy?
That's exactly right. That's exactly right. Second pass was her double salto. Each gymnast is required to do that in their floor routine to get a 10-0 start value, amongst other skills, of course. Here's her leap series. Switch side to a popa, straddle popa. Judges are looking for a complete 180 split and a complete 360.
Jenny Rowland, speaking of her team, said the content is pretty spectacular, but there's always room for improvement.
Last pass, double pike, handles that with no issue, and a nice start for the Gators on floor.
Solid lead off for Leah Clapper, receiving some claps and some fist bumps and elbow bumps from her teammates. Second on the beam, another one of those sophomores that we've discussed tonight, Aria Brush.
Tigers, Aria Brush.
She is such a powerful athlete, and she handles beam with such grace. Just completed her full turn, which I'd beg to say is one of the most difficult skills. Doesn't look like it, but trust me, it is. acro series here. Back handspring layout, step out. Solid. Switch leg leap into back tuck. A little bit of a balance check there. You could see her foot came off of the beam, her left foot.
Hoping to follow up and improve on the 9.775 scored by Drew Watson.
And lastly, finishes with a gainer full off the side of the beam. Let's take another look here at her switch leg leap to back tuck, where she had a small balance check, but you can see she grabs on with that foot there, allowing her to stay on the beam. And that's what we call cat-like reflexes in gymnastics. Let's take another look at her dismount. It's a gainer full off the side of the beam. Nails it, sticks it, no problem.
Back to floor for Florida. And it's Peyton Richards.
Floor is another way for these athletes to really showcase their personalities. Opens up with a huge double layout.
I'm already a fan because we've heard about 3 AC/DC songs in here.
And the music will come from either the gymnast taste, the coach's taste, and both parties will decide on one thing. Second pass, her double salto, 1.5 to her front layout.
Very Florida appropriate music with Tom Petty. That always goes over well in the swamp.
And there's the infamous gator chomp that each of these athletes have in their floor routine.
I can see this routine being a huge hit at home for sure.
Last pass, double tuck. Lands a little bit short. You can see her chest was down, had to take a small step forward. Finishes with a lot of energy though.
Peyton Richards receiving congratulations from her teammates and looking to improve on the 9.7 scored by Leah Clapper.
Take another look at her leap series. Again, judges are looking for a complete 180 splits and for the gymnast to complete a 360 turn to finish the way that you started.
So we discussed our limited capacity 20%. Tonight is a capacity crowd, a sellout of 1,100 in the building. And here is Meredith Sylvia.
Definitely a different atmosphere. It looks different, it feels different, it sounds different in here. And I know for Auburn, they have record-breaking crowd appearances. So it's different for them. But so far, they're handling it really well.
Meredith is a seasoned gymnast in this program.
Really love to watch this particular athlete on this event. She has ice water running through her veins. She's so calm and composed.
She's made 35 starts for Auburn on beam.
Nice connection there. Front aerial to back handspring, step out.
And that's the most of any Auburn gymnast on any event tonight.
Switch leg leap to sheep jump. Taking a little bit of a risk there. Sheep jumps are always really difficult. Blind landing. Oh. And there's a fall, unfortunately. Landed a little bit crooked on the beam, just couldn't put herself back on top. You can definitely tell she's frustrated, but it's important to finish this routine. You never know which routine will count. That's a cartwheel to gainer full off the side of the beam. Nice landing, really nice routine beside that 5/10 deduction.
A good recovery there for Meredith, but that will add a little bit of pressure to the three gymnasts who will close it out on this event on beam for Auburn: Darian Goburn, McLaughlin, and Cassie Stevens, with no margin for error. So back to the floor for Florida, and this is Sydney Johnson-Sharp. She's trying to follow up on the 9.85 scored by Peyton Richards.
So far, I love how she just started that routine. Judges are looking for a lot of enthusiasm, energy, powerful passes, and she so far showed that. First pass here was a double Arabian. That's another E pass.
She checked all the boxes in the first 30 seconds of her routine.
Second pass, 1.5 to front layout, move right on out into her dance. So far, really engaging, fun routine from this athlete. More pass here to go. Double tuck. A little bit of a short landing. You can see that minor hop forward, but what a dynamic routine. Very fun to watch.
Indeed, Sydney Johnson-Sharp. Take another look and we'll get Toy's comments.
Take another look at her last pass here. A little bit short on that landing. You could see took that small hop forward, but otherwise, excellent job.
Here's Darian Goburn. She won the bars tonight with a 9.9. Ready to work her magic on the beam.
Slow and steady wins the race on this event. Back handspring, layout, step out. Has her acro series. You can see she had a little bit of a balance check there on that full turn. Looks like she was going a little too fast, but she did correct herself.
And beam is the event that she has the fewest career starts on in comparison to the other three.
Another balance check there. That would be considered a major balance check there.
And Auburn can ill afford another stumble on this event.
Looks like she's a little nervous on this event. But she was able to stay on the beam, and last thing here we have is the dismount. Round off, double full, and eases right into that landing, sticks it.
Yeah. And that's how you finish strong for Darian Goburn.
Let's take another look at what could be deemed the best skill in this routine. Round off double full, sticks it.
Next up on floor,
Alyssa Bauman for the Florida Gators. Talking with Coach Rowland this week, she just said she wanted to express her gratitude for everyone who's gotten Florida and the SEC to where they are tonight. Grateful to be able to compete with no regrets, and that's the mindset they've taken into this meet tonight.
First pass, double tuck, not as difficult as we've seen, but nicely performed. A lot of times what these athletes will do is water down their events, water down their skills until they've absolutely mastered it and are ready to put it into their routine. And we'll see that usually halfway or even toward the end of the season.
Jeff Graba alluded to that very concept this week. Said that they'll build on the routine difficulties as the season progresses. But there are fewer meets this year. 4 fewer to be exact, 4. So only 8 meets plus the conference meet.
Really pretty leap series there. Gearing up for her last pass here. Double pike. Over rotates it. Wasn't able to land it. You can see she's definitely very frustrated.
So Alyssa not happy with her finish there. Got to put a little pressure on her teammates, on Naya and Trinity, to finish strong.
Let's take another look at this last pass. Double pike. Isn't able to open up and land on her feet. You can tell she's just kept rotating, didn't open up in time.
So frustrating to get to the end of what was an outstanding routine and then stumble a bit in the final seconds. So here is making her Auburn debut, Gabby McLaughlin. Freshman for the Tigers. It says a lot that she's in the number 5 spot in this event.
Wow, really pretty back handspring layout step out. So far, you can definitely tell why she's in the position she is on this event as a freshman. Really pretty lines, all the way from her toes up to her fingers. Finishes every movement, every skill, really pretty to watch. Side aerial into split jump. Beautiful 180 split right there. That's exactly what the judges are looking for. So far, no major deductions from this routine. Last thing left, the dismount. Takes a little hop forward, but beside that, gorgeous routine.
All in all, quite a debut for the Auburn Tigers for Gabby McLaughlin.
Take another look at her side aerial into split jump. Really nice execution there. And we'll take another look at her dismount. Only major error in this routine, just that small hop forward, a little bit of an under rotation.
Here is Naya Reed on the floor for Florida. The score in for Darian Goburn, by the way, on beam is a 9.725. So Aria Brush leading Auburn with a 9.825 so far on beam as we await Gabby McLaughlin's score.
Takes a deep breath as she mounts the floor. First pass. Huge double layout. Looks like it was easy.
And again, a little pressure on after a fall for the previous gymnast resulted in a 9.225.
Double salto front layout, a 1.5 twist. Showing a little bit of sass here.
You'll recall Naya scored a 9.9 on the vault. She might be in that 9.9 territory for the floor so far. This has been a great routine.
So far, so good.
Sass and floor sometimes go together, don't they, Tori?
Absolutely. Absolutely, that was my motto. Last pass, double pike, huge double pike. Eases right into that landing. Very, very powerful tumbler.
Impressive for Nia Reed.
Let's take another look at her first pass, big double layout, huge E skill. And last pass here, sky high double pike, opens right up into that landing and finishes strongly.
Speaking of finishing strongly, Cassie Stevens hopes to do that here for Auburn. She is a sophomore. Gabby McLaughlin, the previous gymnast, scored a 9.825 in her collegiate gymnastics debut.
Nice back handspring layout step out.
I know you're a fan of Cassie on the beam.
I love watching her on the beam. She's another really elegant gymnast. Moves very gracefully. Switch ring there. That's another difficult skill. Blind landing there. And it's important that she gets her back foot all the way up to her head to get full credit. And this is her name brand skill. So front toss down to her knee.
Which amazes me that as a freshman, she had her own move, the Stevens.
Absolutely.
The score, by the way, in for Nia Reed is a 9.925.
And a round off 1.5 dismount, takes a small hop back. But a pretty solid performance. Let's take another look here at the Stevens, her skill that was named after her. Her dismount, nice height, nice distance. She does land a little bit squatty, but again, solid performance.
For Cassie Stevens. And it is showtime. Trinity Thomas on the floor.
Really excited to see these tumbling passes from Trinity. Big first pass should be a double layout. Huge. I mean, handles it with such ease. Her body shape is perfect. Nice open hips. Chest straight up and down on the landing. Second pass, front full into a front land to immediate jump. A lot of gymnasts are starting to add on a jump into the end of their pass to eliminate potential deductions. Showing some flexibility there. She's powerful, she's flexible.
And you can see the skills that landed her on the U.S. senior national team.
And she looks like she's really having a good time, which at the end of the day, that's what this is all about. Last pass, amazing double pike. Looks like she could have done another double layout there. Wow. I wouldn't expect anything less.
Trinity Thomas on her way to perhaps claiming the all-around title tonight.
Dare I say 10?
What do you think, Judge Garcia?
I don't know. I thought she was going to get a 10 on vault, but this routine is definitely 10 worthy. Take another look at that crazy high double pike.
For your Auburn Tigers, Morgan Lee Oldham.
And some exhibitions now. We'll await the scores. Cassie Stevens, by the way, scored a 9.825 for Auburn, which as a team yielded 48.975 on beam. So while the judges tabulate Trinity's score, we'll step out and we'll return for our final rotation as these exhibitions continue.
Next up in an exhibition on floor, Hallie Taylor. And last up for your Auburn Tigers and an exhibition on B, let's hear it for Piper Smith.
My favorite movie scene is the one from Top Gun where he says, I feel the need for speed, and they do their little cute, like, high five thing. I like that one. Top Gun's my favorite movie scene.
My favorite movie scene is, well, I really love the Parent Trap, but when they were fencing and they had to like take off their, what is it called? What is that called? What is it called? Like a mask, a shield? And they were like revealing to themselves like what's different, and then one of the girls goes, well, I know what's different. I have claws and you don't. That killed me. So I love that scene. I don't know why, it was fun.
It has to be Wonder Woman when she's walking out in no man's land and she's just like so brave and so powerful and she's awesome.
And we're back for our final event of the night. This will be the Florida Gators on beam, and this is Peyton Richards. And Florida showing why they are #1 as they have a pretty convincing lead, 147.9 to 147.075 as we go into our last event of the night.
Wow, huge triple acro series there by handspring layout step out into an immediate layout step out.
That's how you lead off for your team, huh?
Absolutely, taking a big risk there, and a lot of times when these gymnasts take those big risks and they perform the skill well, they get rewarded for it. Their scores will show. Short and sweet, to the point, and she got it done.
Peyton Richards having a great night, concluded there with her beam routine. She scored a 9.875 to lead it off for vault earlier tonight for Florida.
Take another look at her dismount there. It's a side aerial to a layout full. Took a small hop to the side, which means she twisted a little early off the beam, but like I said, short and sweet, exactly what they need for a lead-off routine.
Her first floor routine for the Auburn Tigers, freshman Olivia Hollingsworth.
First pass. Half in, half out. Some major E skill there.
These Auburn Tigers have been working out in pods, small groups. The team reported back in August. Started working out in the gym in September and October.
Jeff, we were talking earlier before the meet. The girls already have so much pressure on them, having to perform in the classroom, in the gym, and then now having this extra component of pressure, just dealing with COVID, and just having to remain healthy. It's difficult, especially for these freshmen. Last pass, front through to double tuck. Excellent start for the Tigers.
For sure, Olivia Hollingsworth. Jeff Graba said all that hard work and dedication just to get to this moment, to get on the floor. And he expressed his appreciation to Auburn's administration, to the Southeastern Conference. He said it's amazing that the SEC is doing this, giving our kids the opportunity to do what they love, and along the way to be competitive. As you take another look.
Next up on B, Sydney Johnson-Shaw.
There's Coach Jeff Graba with Olivia Hollingsworth.
I know there's a lot of other conferences that aren't having a season at all. So you're exactly right. Jeff's exactly right by saying that it's a treat for these girls to be able to perform and do what they love.
And Peyton Richards for Florida began this event, the beam with a 9.875. And here is Sydney Johnson-Sharp. Peyton was a picture of consistency tonight, scoring 9.875s or 9.85s in her 3 events for the Gators.
Nice punch front tucks, single skill.
And right now the high score for either team on beam is by Peyton Richards, that 9.875, so we'll see if one of her teammates can claim the event title by getting a 9.9 or above.
So far, so good. No major form breaks or balance checks. Last skill here should be her dismount. A little bit of a hop there, but solid performance. Nicely done. No major deductions. Take another look at her dismount. It's a handstand into a back layout step out into immediate layout full dismount. 3 skills combined there. That was a mouthful.
Next up on floor for your Auburn Tigers, let's hear it for
And here is Drew Watson. She has been a crowd pleaser throughout her Auburn career.
Really dynamic gymnast on this event. Very powerful, big skills. In the past, we've seen double Arabian opening pass for her, which is an E-level skill. We'll see here, because she's also toyed with a double tuck opening pass. And we see a double pike opening pass, which, like we discussed before, Jeff, she's definitely capable of doing more. We'll probably see that double Arabian midway through season or possibly even toward the end. Second pass, double salto, 1.5 to a front layout. Always so impressed by these all-around athletes, the ones that compete on every event, because you really have to maintain that enthusiasm and energy for an hour and a half straight. It's not only physically taxing, it's mentally taxing.
Drew Watson.
Looks like she's pretty pleased with that performance. Let's take another look here at this first pass, which in the past she has done double Arabian. Like I said, that's an E-level skill. But tonight she performed a double pike. And last pass here was her double tuck. Handled it with no problem. You can see a big smile on her face. She's very happy with what she just did.
You can tell. Sharing a smile with Coach Jeff Graba. And back over to beam. Here is Ellie Lazari. Competing in her third event of the night.
Wow, another triple series there. Back handspring layout, step out, layout, step out. Beautiful leaps. Hitting that 180 like the judges are looking for. They're not just looking at the big skills, they're looking at the leap passes. Single skill there, that was a front aerial.
And Sydney Johnson-Scharf has scored a 9.9 on beam to take the lead. That's the highest score of the night.
So far, I'd say she's well on her way there to do it again. Last thing here is the dismount. It's a side aerial to a layout full. Sticks it, eases into that with no problem. I don't know, Jeff, what do you think, 9.9?
I'll let you judge, but I didn't see a lot not to like. Let's put it that way.
I didn't either. Let's take another look here. It's her dismount, it's a side aerial. Nice connection here, and to a layout full dismount, sticks it.
How's that for a debut, Toy? Your first college SEC gymnastics meet.
Very impressed with her. Very impressed with that athlete.
She is from Wheaton, Illinois. And here is Adeline Sabados. Drew Watson, by the way, a 9.85. See why she was smiling.
First pass, front handspring, double punch front. Was unable to get that front tuck all the way around. See, she rolled out of it, under rotated. Showing a lot of energy here. I know she's disappointed with the outcome of that first pass, but again, it's important for her to keep her head in the game, stay strong.
Over the summer, Toy, when the athletes were quarantined and at home, they worked out together over Zoom calls, just doing anything they could to try and stay in shape, because Jeff Graber said gymnastics isn't a sport you can't really take the summer off.
Absolutely not. You can't really even take a week off from gymnastics, if I'm being completely honest. So that's right, Zoom calls, HIIT workouts, handstands against the wall, anything it took to keep the girls in shape. And although I know she's a little disappointed, it was a nice finish for Sabado.
And getting congratulations from her teammates there, and that's one thing that Jeff Graber said. He said the people not in the lineup have a huge role this year, and Meredith Sylvia actually said that, because they're going to be required to bring the energy, as we discussed earlier tonight. 9.95, so more than a 9.9 for Ellie Lazari. How about that for a freshman? So the Gators are stacking the scores here tonight on the beam. Let's see what Leah Clapper can do in the number 4 position in the lineup. This looks like the number 1 team in the country, doesn't it, Toy?
Oh, absolutely. We were discussing that over the break. Number 1 team, and they're showing everybody why.
Very deserving of that ranking.
And another triple series. I mean, this is probably the most I've seen in college gymnastics from any one team. It's a big risk to perform skills like that, and they're doing it. She did have a minor bounce check, but still a huge triple acro series. Nice 180 split leaps there, switch leg leap into a split jump. And the dismounts, a side aerial into a layout fold. She sticks it. Another nicely performed routine, except for that balance check on her triple series. It will be a couple tenths off, but she was able to stay on the beam.
We go back here to the Auburn Tigers.
Now on floor for Auburn, let's hear it for Cassie.
To Cassie Stevens.
Nice double acro opening pass. Really fun upbeat music. You can see her teammates on the side getting into it. Really nice lines here, showing off some flexibility. Double tuck. Nicely done. Job well done.
Cassie Stevens.
Take another look here at her last pass. Big double tuck. Eases right into that landing with a good old college gymnastics finish.
Next up on B, for Florida, Alyssa Bauman.
In the number 5 position here for the Gators on floor is Alyssa Bauman, on beam rather. 9-8, the score for the previous Gator gymnast.
Nice back handspring layout step out. Double acro series. She's very confident on this event, you can tell. A little bit of a balance check there on that front aerial. Lastly, the dismount here. Round off 1.5, sticks that landing. We will take another look at the balance check here. The only major deduction I see in this routine. Front aerial, very minor balance check there. Just a couple tenths there. Take another look at her feet. You can see she turns her hip a little bit. Both feet go off the side of the beam, and she's able to get back on top.
Number 5 spot for the Auburn Tigers on the floor is Aria Brush.
Aria is a powerhouse. First pass, big double tuck.
Sophomore from Cincinnati, Ohio, where she competed in the Cincinnati Gymnastics Academy.
Aria is known as the rock of the team. She earned that title last year. Oh no. That was definitely supposed to be a double salto pass. Looks like she might have hurt her shoulder a little bit. Doesn't look like it's anything serious, so that will be a major deduction there.
And that's going to be harmful to Auburn's score after having to have an 8.95 earlier in this event.
Taking big breaths into this last pass here. Looking a little tired. Hopefully she can get this last pass all the way around, landing on her feet. Double pike, a little bit short, but she is able to land on her feet and finishes strong.
Aria Brush. Okay, here we go. We've seen her star all night long as Aria gets some encouragement from her teammates. Trinity Thomas.
Next on the beam, Trinity Thomas.
Trying to close out the all-around tonight. And she'll need to score a 9.95 or better to get the beam title, to go along with the vault that she's already clinched and the floor that she's in position to win.
You can definitely tell that she means business. You can just see the look on her face. She's aggressive, she's confident.
The score to beat on the all-around is the 39.225 of Cassie Stevens.
That was a one-arm back handspring layout step out. Obviously more difficult than a two-arm back handspring layout step out. Dismount here, side aerial to a layout full and stuck.
To the surprise of no one,
Dare I say?
Trinity Thomas does it again.
I mean, just absolutely stellar. She's stellar. Beautiful gymnast. she is so excited. She's having so much fun.
Enjoying every minute from York, Pennsylvania. She's a junior, Trinity Thomas.
Just had an absolutely superb first meet.
And here to close it out tonight is Darian Goburn.
Always excited to see Darian. She always brings the heat, brings the energy. Nice first pass. And one thing I always like to point out with Darian, her opening pass, she doesn't even have to grab her legs. She makes it look easy, which, let me tell you, it's not. Gearing up for the second pass here. Double salto front pull to front layout.
Needs a 9.95 to tie Thomas for the event title on floor.
And there's the infamous crown that she wears.
When you're a queen, you need a crown.
That's right. Having a good time as she's closing out the home opener for Auburn. Last pass here. Major double pike. Excellent.
Darian Goburn.
How fun was that?
Fantastic, as always. And there's the crown. Take another look, Toy.
You can see she's just having a great time with this floor routine. And again, Jeff, that's what it's all about. The judges want to obviously see good tumbling, good lead, but most importantly, they want to see that these athletes are having fun. And there she finishes with that major double pike.
And Darian Goburn closing out the meet in style. The top-ranked Florida Gators will get the win tonight, scoring 197.5. So they'll go back to Gainesville with the victory. And Trinity Thomas wins the all-around with a 39.7.50. Toy, a closing thought from what you saw from both teams tonight?
Very impressed. I think they both did what they set out to do. They stayed in their bubble. There were mistakes, but that's what's slated for the first meet of the season. And I think both teams should be happy. They have some things they need to work on, little things like landings, leg separation, minor things. But overall, job well done.
All right. Thank you, Toy. As we watch some exhibitions on beam for the Florida Gators. And Trinity Thomas, impressive, lived up to her billing tonight, taking the vault crown with a 9.975, the floor crown with a 9.950. And the all-around a 39.750. So for Toy Garcia, I am Jeff Shear. On behalf of our War Eagle Productions crew, thank you for watching the SEC Network. As we finish out with this exhibition by the Gators on beam, and Darian scored, by the way, a 9.925. So Auburn scores a 195.725, and Florida gets the victory with a 197.5. Thanks for watching. Good night, everybody.